Tariq Radio, like and subscribe. Tariq Radio, like and subscribe.
Sal, what's up, Sal?
Yo, what's going on, Tariq?
I'm good. How you doing, Mr. Sal?
Not bad, not bad. I just got a quick question for you, actually.
Go ahead, Sal.
Why do you have an Arab name? Just curious.
Because I want one. And why do you feel like you had to tap out so fast when people start talking about why is your name Arab? Why do you do that? That's a tap out. So why do you feel like you can't really argue any legitimate points and you have to tap out with trolling? That's troll material.
It really is not trolling because I see a lot of FBA's got a lot of Arab names. I'm just
Right.
curious.
And we see a lot of you wannabe white supremacists come from failed third world countries and you're not really white. And you sound like one of them.
Do I sound white to you?
Well, you sound like you want to be white, but you're not white. You're not white. I can tell you're not a white guy. No,
I never claimed I'm a white person. I'm a Saudi,
not,
actually.
you're what?
Saudi Arabia?
Right. Um, when did your family move here? Because you're probably not really Saudi Arabian. You're probably Iraqi or somewhere.
Oh, God, no. No, hell no. I'm actually 100% Saudi. And my dad lives in Saudi Arabia, but I was born here, so I'm automatically a Canadian citizen. I'm not even from.
You're in Canada.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Okay, that makes sense. I was about to say because a lot of Saudis don't, you're not really immigrating to the United States. So yeah. You're one of them. Yeah.
Honestly, it was just honestly just a question. I'm just curious to know. That's all. Because I see that on the FBA community, like Jamal, for example. That's an Arab. Very famous.
But you got to understand, a lot of those quote unquote Arabs who originally had those names were like Moors, and many of them were black. So,
I kind of doubt that, my friend. The Arabs.
Well, hell, just look at history. Tariq ibn Ziyad, who was the Moorish leader.
They was half Arab, though. Remember that.
But Arab is Arab.
Arab is
Arab is a language-based designation. What's an Arab? In order to be an Arab, you got to have African genetics. That's what makes you an Arab. That's literally what makes you an Arab.
Arab people come from the Arabian Peninsula. That would be modern day Saudi Arabia.
Right. And many of those people, that was an extension of Africa at one point. I've been over there, sir. Them big asses on them women, that don't come from Asia. Where all them big ass women, big booty women come from? That ass comes from Africa. Those are,
I don't know.
You got to have a pinch of African in you. I mean,
obviously because of the proximity of the geography.
Right, because that was an extension of Africa at one point. That was an extension of Africa, sir. That was an extension, and they kind of spread out. The Moors were so-called Arab. They were jet black. Right?
The Moors was a combination of both Arabs and Berbers.
Right, but they were still jet black. Remember when they were calling Obama an Arab? Remember that?
Yeah, but again, are you talking about skin or are you talking about complexion? Because technically Indians are a lot blacker than you guys.
Right.
Indians are a lot darker, but they're not from West Africa, right?
Yeah, originally, yeah. All of them came from Africa and spread out. Then you have the Dalits out there in India. So, they're marginalized and they got their little janky caste system out there in India. So everybody started off in Africa and spread out at one point. But yeah, those Arabs, you got to have African DNA in order to be an Arab. That's what makes you an Arab, sir. That's why do you think the white supremacists call you sand N-words? Why do they call you that?
Well, we are way superior to white people. I could tell you that based on.
But why do they call you sand N-words?
Here's what they call us. We call them.
Right.
Yeah, we don't give a rat's ass what they call us.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because they smack you around. Because they smack. Yes, you do care. Because they smack you around and bomb your ass anytime they feel like it. So yeah, you care. That's why you ain't over there. That's why you ain't over there. Because they done bomb you up out of there.
Dude, Saudi Arabia can literally buy all of America, dude, with our trillions.
Oh, please, no. They control your oil. They control the prices, and you have to play ball. You got to play ball. You ain't running nothing over there. That's why you over here. You're not running nothing, sir.
Oil of money. We're investing in their country.
Sir, they control the prices, they control the markets. The Rockefeller family, they got a monopoly on that. You play ball. Basically, you're the shopkeepers for their oil, sir. Yeah, they paper a lot of them up over there, but
We
yeah, you're
call
not
it.
really going.
Hey,
And when they feel like taking more control, they'll start dropping more bombs over there. That's why there's constant conflict over there, sir. They got you people locked down. That's why you had to leave. That's why you're in Canada, riding a moose up in Canada, listening to Drake up in Canada, sir.
Did they drop a bomb in Saudi Arabia? No, they did not. We control them. Our
No,
empire
you.
conquered them. The Arabs conquered Europe.
No, you didn't conquer the whites. No, no.
We
What white
conquered
supremacists? Them
Italy.
white supremacists got y'all. Stay
All of
smacking y'all around over there, sir.
half the world. What are you talking about? Why do you think Egypt is Arab? Why do you think Morocco is Arab? Man, we are a superior race. You know that.
Sir, I've been over there, sir. So, shitting on the street and eating baklava, that's not superiority,
You're
sir.
thinking
They control you.
not thinking of Saudi Arabia. Have you been in
You're
Dubai?
not running
Have
anything over
you been
there,
to Dubai,
sir.
man? All American citizens.
Sir, bro,
You know
bro, they smack you around over there, sir. They
that. No, they don't.
constantly.
We smack them. You guys don't want
You're
to.
not. What are you smacking with?
Why do
What
you think?
military? What? No, no, no,
Why
no.
do you?
What? No,
Why
no,
do
no,
you
no, no,
think
no, no,
this?
no. With what military? How are you smacking them around? They go over there and knock you upside your head anytime they feel like it. Name one of your leaders that they can't go smack up inside the head. Hmm? That's why you ain't over there. Sal? Said, unmute your microphone, Sal. Come get this whooping. Come on now. They go over there and smack over those people anytime they feel like it. The white supremacists. They're not running nothing like that. Unmute your microphone, Sal. Um, Gaddafi, they went over and got him. All of them.
You know what, Tariq? I think what you need to do is you need to thank the white people because if it wasn't for them, you'll be eating.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. That's you. Y'all the one over there. I done been over there. I done seen y'all putting on all the skin bleach, trying to look Anglo and getting your damn nose jobs, trying to get on a European nose, trying to whiten up. I see you.
We're
Yeah, they.
proud Arabs, dude. We
No, you're
conquered
not.
half of
No,
the
you're
world.
not. No, you're
Conquered Egypt. We
sir,
conquered southern Italy.
sir,
That's why a
and
lot of you FBAs convert to Islam.
sir,
Remember, if you're
sir.
Islam, you're following an Arab culture. Just remember that.
Sir, no, sir. The people who practice pure Islam are the black folks, sir. For example, the Nation of Islam, who y'all try to delegitimize, but at least they practice it in the pure form and in an upstanding way. They don't do what y'all be doing. Y'all be beating up the women over there, smacking them upside the head and snatching their hijabs off. Y'all do all types of shit to the women over there. So yeah, the brothers here who practice Islam, they do it in a pure form, in a
So why do
righteous
they practice?
form. So,
Let me ask you, why do they practice Islam? If
um,
FBAs are so proud of their culture, why they're practicing Arab religion? Explain that to me.
Well, sir, we practice many religions, but we have a certain spirit that makes it pure and we make it pop off more than you guys, sir.
And
That's
why
why
do
we're the name. Okay, name your Malcolm X.
we don't need a Malcolm X? Prophet
Ah,
Muhammad is our Malcolm X.
right.
Exactly.
Because what you have to do, y'all got to go and conquer people. Y'all got to beat them up and chop their heads off and all that weird shit. We don't have to do that. When we practice something, we practice it in a pure form that makes people want to convert voluntarily without us beating and raping them. That's the great thing about foundational
That's
Black
not true.
Americans.
A lot of
You gotta strap on bombs to
Dude,
convert people.
a lot
And
of
and no,
Islam.
no, 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 no. Be quiet. Y'all gotta bomb people, chop their heads off, and do all types of degenerate shit in order to convert people that we don't have to do. So that's the great thing about us. We know how to see the humanity in different religions and practice it in a pure form because we have a spiritual essence called Majara that you guys don't have. We have a pure spiritual essence that you do not have. That's why y'all asses always come over here around us, sir, right?
We come here for investment and tourism.
Right, because
We
you
don't live.
bullshit, because you can't invest in your dilapidated structures. You can't invest.
Have
You
you been
can't.
to Dubai? Dude,
Yeah.
have you been to
And
Dubai?
I don't even, I don't even think you're a Saudi Arabian. I think you're an East Indian, sir.
I'm 100%.
Yeah,
I
I
am
don't.
from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and I can speak Arabic to you with a Saudi dialect. What now?
Dude, I think you rode over here on a magic carpet with some biryani chicken, and it's musty. I
We
think you're
don't
a
eat biryani chicken in Saudi Arabia, my friend.
I don't know. I think you are a curry eating Indian, sir. I think you look like Vivek. and you're
Not a
faking the
chance.
phone. And I think
I
you work
believe
at
it.
7-Eleven and you're musty. So
Hell no.
because y'all come over here, y'all come over lying about your culture all the time,
I'm
sir.
a proud Arab man.
I don't believe that. Well, you're up in Canada. You ain't that proud. You
No,
fled from it.
the only reason I'm in Canada is because alcohol is legal here. That's the
Oh,
only
please.
reason.
Y'all got a million excuses. You're a Canadian anchor
No,
baby. All
no,
right.
not an anchor baby at all.
You are a Canadian anchor baby. You're
Saudi
not proud of
Arabia,
your
Saudi
homeland.
Arabia is not perfect. It's
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
a
yeah,
restriction
yeah. You
where
have
you
to
can
flee from
drink.
your homeland.
Other than that, Saudi Arabia is
And
amazing. We
Indians,
got
yeah,
a
like
lot
my
of
brother, Indians can, many Indians can speak Arabic too, by the way. Many
money.
Indians can speak Arabic.
You
So,
kidding? Hell
yeah,
no.
they can, because all y'all be fleeing. So y'all need to learn transactional languages in order to, get jobs and get welfare and benefits from different places you flee to, sir.
Just remember, Tariq, you have an Arab name. Just remember.
But remember, I'm a
that.
foundational. Listen, I'm a foundational Black American, sir, and I've never fled my homeland. Neither has any of my ancestors, unlike you. So
Yes,
that
you
makes me
did. You
better.
come from West
That
Africa.
that makes me better. Ain't man, ain't nobody in my family from no damn West Africa. I
You're,
had enough. Dude,
why?
my family has been here for centuries before your homeland was a thing, sir.
Why can't you just be proud of your roots? Just be proud.
Sir.
There's nothing wrong with being African, dude.
And there is nothing wrong with being African, but I'm not a continental African because if I'm an African, so are you,
But your genetics
right? No, 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 no.
from
If no, no,
West
no. If I'm
Africa.
African, so are you,
Your
right?
genetics come from West Africa. That's the
Your
only
genetic
reason.
comes from Africa too.
No, my genetics
Yes,
come
they
from the
do. No,
Arabian
no, 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 no,
Peninsula,
no, 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 no. If you're Saudi
Saudi
Arabian, if
Arabia,
you no, no, no,
Qatar,
no, no,
Yemen.
no, no, no. If you claim to be Saudi Arabian, you have African genetics. That's what makes you an Arab. Y'all have African genetics. You're right there close to you're right next to Africa, sir. You're literally right there. You think there was no cross genetics going on, and you're literally right there, sharing damn near the same landmass. You can walk over to Africa from where you are in Saudi Arabia, sir. So you think there wasn't cross genetics, sir? You're more African than me. Why aren't you proud of your African genetics, sir? Because there is no such thing. The Middle East, that was a term created by white supremacists in the 1880s. So there was no such thing as the Middle East. They named that shit later.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
never.
a you're not a Middle
I
Eastern.
thought
There's
you
no
were-
such thing as a Middle Eastern. You want to get deep?
When did I
That
ever
was a
mention
naval intelligence officer in the 1800s who called that place the Middle East. Before the 1880s, there was no such thing as a Middle Eastern person, sir. You knew booty.
I have never mentioned Middle East. I said the Arabian Peninsula. That's what I said. When did I ever
That's
mention the
yeah.
Middle?
You did say Middle East, and,
No,
and then I said where, and you said Saudi Arabia. You said Middle Eastern. Yes, you did.
that's
Rip them.
Arab. I'm talking about the Arabian Peninsula. I'm talking about the Arabian Gulf. I'm talking about places like Saudi Arabia, the Emirates.
Yes, sir. But yeah, those were satellites and extensions of Africa, sir. That's why
Well,
many of the original inhabitants were black in those places. When you start looking at the genetics, there were no pale skinned people there thousands of years ago
listen, I
like
actually
that.
have a genuine question. Do you honestly think all Africans look the same? Is that what you think? Because
Okay.
technically, I'm Asian. If you think about it, Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, y'all like to play. Oh,
Arabia,
y'all like
do
to
I look
play
like a
that game.
Japanese person?
Y'all like to play that. You're really you're a Eurasian. Y'all like to play that game. No, no,
I said Asian.
you're African. You come
No.
from an African stock. That them big
What
booty them no
continent?
no no
That
them big booty Arab women didn't get that ass from Asia, sir. They got that ass from the motherland. I done seen them big booty ass Arab women over there, and they be choosing up on a player too. Does that kind of bother you too? That them Arab women with them big old booties sticking out of them damn um Islamic dresses be choosing up on brothers? Hmm? Come on, Sal. Sal, come on. Got another brother who was a brother here who was very thorough with Islam and what's that brother's name? This brother was cooking. What's that brother? It was a brother up here on the spot the other day. This brother was cooking. I forgot what that brother's name was. Let me get Twiz in here. Let me get brother Twizzle from the Bay. Brother Twizzle, what's up, fam?
What's up with a player, playboy? You
My,
understand me?
I'm good, man. How you doing, fam?
You know me, man. If I complain, ain't nobody gonna listen. Some player gonna stay on his mission. You understand me?
Oh yeah.
I heard Better Call Saul in here saying something. What is he in here talking about?
Yeah, he's talking about we got a lot of Black Americans got Muslim names, and what Sal? What is your gripe? What are you talking about, Sal?
Well, first I asked a question. I was wondering why a lot of FBA's got Muslim names, like Jamal, for example, and Nasheed. Like it's not even a name; it's just like an Islamic word. Why would you call yourself Tariq Nasheed? It's just kind of weird.
Why do you name yourselves after Norse mythology? Why do you name you guys Thors and Uric and all that other shit, but knowing none of that shit is true? Why
Name
do you
it as
have
God
names?
directed. That
Why
happened
do you
before.
name your guys? Why do you name yourselves after hunters and animals? What's that football player Boomer Esiason? He named all his sons hunter, sniper, killer, and all stuff like that. Why do you guys infatuate with war, death, and conquer? Why do you guys have such a non-humanic, I should say non-civil mentality? Why you can't live civil amongst other people, live and learn and co-op? Why you can't do that?
All I did is asking a question. That's all.
Where are you from, by the way? What is your lineage?
Saudi Arabia. I'm an.
Saudi Arabia. Oh, you's a camel jockey. Okay.
I was, buddy.
You's a camel jockey. Okay.
Yeah, I'm from the land of the
You over there
Orient.
eating naan bread. You over there eating naan bread and shit with
We're
your
eating
fingers and
good,
shit,
brother.
huh?
Brother, we are eating good, man. We got the oil. We're rich. One of the wealthiest countries in the world. You could wish to be a
I'm
Saudi.
old enough, but hey, I'm old enough to remember how Saudi Arabia used to be in the 1980s. I remember y'all was just like a fucking desert. It looked like y'all just got dug out of the desert, looking like an old Egyptian pyramid thing. Y'all was living bad in the 80s. Now y'all sold y'all oil. Now y'all thinking y'all can walk up right now. Y'all have a right to say something. Are you serious? You need to pay homage, bro. Instead of being like somebody that knows it all and everything, and I'm gonna be respectful to Tariq because this is his space. But you need to be homage. You need to pay homage. You need to be humble, and you need to be respectful towards Black Americans in their space and listen and learn.
I have
Because you can
never.
learn a lot of things, bro. Instead of asking questions, you can learn a lot of things just by listening. Shout out to you, Tariq Pimp. Love you, man.
Man, much respect to you, brother. But yeah, another thing, Sal, because y'all be trying to brag about, oh, we rich, we got this oil. Listen, the oil was already there. Y'all didn't have nothing to do with the damn oil, all right? The oil was there. They were gonna get the oil. Them white supremacists was gonna get that damn oil regardless. You just happened to be there. So they
A lot of
come,
countries have oil, but they don't know
yeah,
how to use it. Look at Venezuela, for example.
yeah.
It's not just about the oil; it's about the leadership. We have good leadership.
No, y'all
They
got
know.
puppet leaderships. They put in who they want to run the thing, and if you get out of line, they get the Gaddafi treatment. So yeah, you act right. They put them puppet leaders in and make you sit down and shut your ass up. Mikal, hop on in here, brother.
Greetings there, brother. How are you, great one?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Excellent. Just living a dream and winning. Do you mind if I address Mr. Sal?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Excellent. Mr. Sal, how are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, quickly, what is your modus operandi? Why are you here on this stage?
Well, I was just asking a genuine question. Notice a lot of FBA's got a lot of Arab Islamic names, and I was just curious why Tariq has an Arab name. Oh,
Okay, I understand. Why are your Arab brethren
well,
claiming to be ancient Egyptians or the Kemites?
we never claimed to be ancient Egyptians. We conquered Egypt.
You what?
We conquered Egypt. Claimed to be ancient Egyptians
Right. And where did you come from?
from the Arabian Peninsula.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
Where did you come from?
From the Arabian Peninsula in
No, you didn't.
modern day Saudi Arabia.
When did you arrive on the Arabian Peninsula, sir?
We've always been in the Arabian Peninsula.
Oh,
Have you heard
really?
about the Nabateans? Have you
Really?
heard about the ancients?
Really?
Yeah, of
Really?
course.
Yes. Where were you 10,000 years ago?
In that same land.
No, you wasn't.
What do you think we were?
You're, you're from the Eurasian steppe, sir.
I don't know what
Are
you.
you aware of that?
We
Are
have
you aware of
always.
that?
We
Have
have
you ever
always.
heard? Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of the Eurasian steppe,
I guess.
sir?
I no. No, I haven't.
All right, so now you're talking to your master. Let's start there. Are you familiar with the Yamnaya tribes?
Are you familiar with the?
I asked you a question. Are you familiar with the Yamnaya tribes?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Are you familiar with the invasion of the Sea peoples?
The sea peoples are Phoenicians. It has nothing to do with us.
The Phoenicians, no. The Phoenicians were the Keftui, and these were the people who originated from the Horn of Africa. And they were called Phoenician because of the purple red dye from the Red Sea, as well as the mollusk shells from the island we call Crete. Are you familiar with the Sea peoples, sir?
So if they originated in Africa, does that mean that they're black? Because I could assure you, not all Africa is black. North Africa is
Okay,
has
okay,
sub-Saharan
sir.
Africa.
Okay, all right, okay. Hold on, brother Tariq.
Yes.
This man is not your equal. I'm going to land. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mrs. Scott, for the
Yes.
opportunity to speak.
Thank you. But
All
yes,
right. All right, Tariq. Well, thank you so much for having me. I just asked a genuine question, but I do appreciate being in your space. That's all.
right. And you got to, and just, respect that, there's been a lot of African influence on Islam. And you should know that, right?
No, of course I know that. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Okay.
not denying it.
Okay. I'm just making sure. But thank you so much. All
Thank,
right.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, like Dr. John Henry Clark used to talk about, there was a black Ethiopian, a brother named Bilal, who was like a very close companion of Prophet Muhammad. And he was the one who was really the first person to do the whole Islamic call to prayer. So a lot of black people, especially in Africa, were very instrumental in the spreading of Islam. So if we want to get technical with the shit, if we really want to go there, but again, he might be a damn East Indian or Pakistani or something, because these people be lying about their genetics and hiding behind troll accounts. So you never know. All right. Y'all raise your hand. Let's get some folks up in here. Let's get Mr. or Mrs. Terry. Let's get Terry in the building. Let's get Terry in the building. Where you at, Terry? Terry, you can unmute that microphone and we can get busy.
Flex, how you doing?
I'm good, Terry. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. A couple things, man. If you want some big red, try a grocery store, Walmart or something like that. You probably find something in the soft drink aisle.
Okay, at the grocery stores out here?
Yeah, just hit your Walmart up or something like that. You probably find one.
Okay, I'm going to do
All right.
that. My man, thank you
All
so
right.
much.
No, I got a couple.
Yeah, boy, I hate when... I'm going to get you back up in a second, brother. I'll get you back up in a second. Red Cloud, I remember I tried to get you on the other night, Red Cloud, and you never said nothing. Red Cloud, what's up?
You know what? I fell asleep the other night, man.
Okay. What's going on with you, Red Cloud?
Damn, but you know what you were talking about? Fascinating. Fascinating. Everything tonight's crazy, man.
Yeah.
First off, I tell you what, it must be exhausting being an FBA because it sounds exhausting. But the other night you were talking about Gilly from Philly,
Yeah.
and then you just said that you're in New Orleans, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm visiting New Orleans right now.
So you could go by Apple and Eagle Street. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, and no, I don't know my way around New Orleans like that.
No. So like that's where little Wayne is from.
Okay.
It's like those are his cross. But he had that um right. They were supposed to produce that other album. This is such long. This is like 2009, I guess. But they were supposed to produce that other album, like the Scarface 2 or something like that. But that I don't know. It's just a coincidence, I guess. But um I I don't I mean what I mean what do you think's gonna happen with Carmelo?
Well, hopefully he gets justice, and um, hopefully they throw the case out. I would like for them to throw the entire case out. It's a self-defense case, just like many of these other ones. And also, I think they should throw the whole case out because of a lot of sullying from media and politicians. Ted Cruz tweeted something about it, kind of disparaging Carmelo, things like that. When you have elected officials chiming in on this, trying to sway the public, I think that that messes it up for people to honestly and righteously defend themselves. So things like that, when we have these politicians trying to rally the white supremacist around this by hopping into the fray, that can be grounds for dismissal. Because again, this is a self-defense case, just like these other cases. They've already set a precedent. If you have these people running around here with Daniel Penny and Kyle Rittenhouse, well, this case is going to be in the same realm. It's a self-defense case. Simple and plain, right?
I mean, I feel that. I mean, I could probably argue the other side, but I don't want to. It's not my, there's no need to because I don't know anything about it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you're right at the end of the day. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, great space, man. I
All
think
right.
it's
Good.
cool. I think it's cool.
Thank you so much, Red Cloud. I mean, you're trying to get your thoughts together. Shit. I don't know what you're trying to do. But listen, man, listen. This is a stand your ground case. And the white supremacists are very upset because this is a stand your ground case, and the stand your ground laws were meant to go against black people. And they're running around here crying foul that a black person is getting equal treatment under the law. You're getting equal support under the law. Now these people are crying foul. And you got to understand something. These folks are using terms like, oh God, this is white genocide. Oh, we got to save the white race. Oh God, the white race is over. I want y'all to understand something. We got to get deep into the mind of the white supremacists. Equality with them means a loss. They don't like anything to be equal. And the white supremacists, man, listen, cases like this are very important. They have to have this racial dominance because, see, white supremacy is a substitute for identity. For these white supremacists, listen, whiteness is the core of their identity. They call up here talking all that, I'm colorblind, dude. I dated a black Nigerian. I don't have a racist bone in my body. Yeah, you do see race. Not only do you see race, whiteness is the core of your identity. You are not a Christian first. Y'all people used to plan lynchings in churches. You ain't no damn Christian. You're not a Democrat first. You guys will practice anti-black racism as a Democrat. You're not a Republican first. You practice anti-black racism as a Republican. All of these little interchangeable titles means absolutely nothing. The only thing that you are true to is white supremacy, and that has become the core of your identity. And that gives you meaning in a world where you may otherwise feel insignificant. If whiteness loses its power, they lose themselves. And the collapse of that identity, that's worse than death. That's at their core. They have an addiction to superiority. It's like a drug, being socially above somebody else. That creates a high. See, anti-blackness gives them that fix. See, in the loss of this high, what do? When you can't get high, you go into withdrawals. When you are a crackhead, you can't get that crack. You start flipping out. You start throwing shit and you're tweaking. You need to get that high. You get enraged. You get irrational. You just start saying and doing shit. You get the withdrawal symptoms. You see? And you lash out destructively in order to maintain that high. White supremacy is a high for these people. It's deep. And they got to maintain white supremacy because they got a deep fear of retribution. You know, They feel that if the playing field is leveled, Black people might seek revenge for the centuries of brutality. These people know what the hell they've done to us. They sit around paranoid, thinking about revenge, thinking about a Nat Turner moment, thinking about a Denmark Vesey moment, thinking about um, what's his name, a Micah Johnson moment, when the next Micah Johnson or Nat Turner is gonna pop off. They sit around with this kind of paranoia all the time. So they cling to dominance as a preemptive survival mechanism. So it's not just about superiority, it's all about avoiding a retributive justice. It's a deep thing, man. And these people have tricked themselves into believing they got some kind of divine entitlement. Um, it was that, that manifest destiny bullshit they used to preach to each other. They believe they got a spiritual or natural right to dominate. And that belief system, that's rooted in that twisted religious teachings that they used to tell each other that God made them the rulers. So giving up that dominance, it feels like they're betraying some kind of sacred covenant. But it ain't with God. It's an evil damn covenant. White supremacy is an evil ass system because it's based on lying and harming people. That's not a godly system whatsoever. That's a demonic ass system. Yeah. And the thing is, when Black excellence arises culturally, intellectually, and politically, it threatens the illusion of white genius. Because see, everything about us is supposed to be inferior, and we can't get nothing done without their approval. When we start making moves, not only without their approval, but in opposition to them, and we make progress, oh, that's questioning the core of their identity. That's why they're running around. Oh God, we gotta save our race. A Negro got bail? Oh God. The earth is gonna crash into the moon. Oh God. It becomes an apocalypse. That's why it's yeah, it's so damn weird with these people. That fragile ass ego. See, white supremacy, that gave them the illusion of being better without merit. And then once that's challenged, their whole ego structure crumbles. So rather than evolve, they'll just burn everything down. Yeah. That's why these white supremacists, whenever they start crashing out doing these mass shootings, there's always some weird manifesto. Notice that? Like this white boy who just shot up the school earlier today. Just dig around. I bet pretty soon, in a couple of days, there's gonna be some kind of manifesto. He's sat up in his little broke ass trailer talking about, oh God, I'm part of the Aryan race. I am an Aryan god. I'm gonna martyr myself for the cause, dude. They always write these old janky manifestos like they're some kind of divine beings, the little meth head ass white supremacists sitting up broke. Who was that one dude? Um, One, he was down in Florida, a little old nerdy ass white boy shot up the school, and he did a video manifesto talking all that old bullshit. Broke as hell. Um, Looked like he musty and smelled like piss, living in a trailer. My proud race, I have to defend the sanctity of my proud Aryan race, dude. The Aryan God has come back to return, and he's using me as a vessel, dude. I'm going to take the mission of my Aryan forefathers. I'm going to take an Uber up to the school and show them what the Aryan nation wants me to do, dude. And just shut up. Yeah, these people are just weird. But the thing is, man, these folks fear equality. Equality threatens to reveal how mediocre and average these white supremacists are. See, anti-black systems, that protects them from competition. See, being equal means they're going to lose. When all things are equal, that means they lose and they know it. That's why they have to have a militarized system that tips the scales for them in their favor. That's why sports, when you get on that field, we dominate. We dominate because everything is equal and all the rules are up front. That's why we dominate. When you make everything equal and then put the rules up front, and then you abide by the rules, we'll win.
In a world of chaos, confusion, and injustice, Radical Hope in the 21st Century by Raheem Shabazz. It's the blueprint for Black liberation and elevation and transformation. This is more than a book. This is a movement, a call to arms for thinkers, builders, and freedom fighters ready to shape a new future, unapologetically pro-Black, unshakably rooted in the truth. Get your copy now at necessaryblackness.com. That's necessaryblackness.com, because the revolution won't be televised, it will be read.